Hey, I'm Bill Yeargin, CEO of Correct Craft. I'm really excited to be here today with Scott Bauer. Scott is the president of Parker Boat Company, one of Correct Craft's subsidiaries. And Scott's been at Parker Boats for 5 weeks. He's doing a great job, and I look forward to Scott sharing a little bit with himself about us, because let us all get to know Scott a little better. So, Scott, welcome. Welcome. Glad to have you with us.
Thanks, Bill. It's great to be here.
Scott, you've been in the industry for a long time, and you got quite an illustrious background in our industry. And I've known you for the last 4 years, but just share with everybody a little bit about your background in the marine industry.
I'd be glad to, Bill. I've been in the industry for a little over 25 years and spent most of that time working directly with independent dealers and retail customers, both on the sales and service end. I started my career in the 90s with the old OMC company, Outboard Marine Corporation. I worked for their aluminum boat group, as well as a short stint for about a year on the engine side. And I went from there to Tracker Marine, where I held a bunch of different positions on the sales and service end. And culminating the last 5 years, I was their VP of sales and service. And joined Nautique about 4.5 years ago, which is a Correct Craft company, a sister company to Parker in Orlando, Florida, and was their VP of sales and service for 4.5 years. And just had an amazing experience at Nautique in terms of the culture that you and the team just bring to the table there. And I'm excited to be able to lend a little bit of that to the team here at Parker.
Well, that's great. You did a wonderful job at Nautique, and I know they were very sorry to lose you. But from a Correct Craft perspective, we were very happy that you were interested and available to go to Parker. So we're glad you're there, Scott. When Correct Craft invested in Parker and acquired the company a little over a year and a half ago, we saw four real big opportunities, Scott, to invest heavily in the company, and I believe we've done all that. We've invested in the property and the facility there, and we've invested in processes with Lean Six Sigma and strategic planning. We invested in the product, of course, and Parker's had great product, and we've invested heavily in that. And then in people, bringing new people onto the team. So I'd like to just sort of get your take on each of those, if you don't mind. Tell us about your impression of the product, the current product, and where you see the product going over the next couple of years.
Well, Bill, as you know, Linwood and Trudy Parker just did an amazing job birthing this company and building this company, and just did a remarkable job with the brand. And when you look at a Parker, it just oozes strength, durability. Linwood likes to talk about the three S's: strength, simplicity, and seaworthiness. And our team needs to be very mindful of that foundation in anything that we do going forward with the product. And just to share a quick story with you, right after I came here, I had an opportunity to get in a 2120 sport cabin boat on the Intercoastal with several of our team members. Beaufort is just an amazing place. You've been here. It's beautiful. It's a saltwater boating and fishing mecca. So Lorraine, my wife, and I are very excited to spend some time in a Parker on the waterways here, both boating and fishing. And that 2120 was just an amazing boat. In fact, you had one of Zach from Correct Craft was with us, and he ended up buying that boat. He liked it so
I
much.
know.
So
Good job. You're always the salesman, Scott. Here, right up your first
always
day there,
selling.
you sell a boat to somebody from Correct Craft. So good job. And I heard that the team really enjoyed being out with you and spending time on the water with you. Everybody had a good time.
Everybody had a great time. Absolutely.
Oh, that's great. So the facility, Correct Craft's made some pretty big investments in the facility there. Tell us a little bit about what's been done there and how that's going to help Parker in the years ahead.
Well, shortly before I came here, and you played a big role in this, Bill, we invested in a gel coat booth that's much larger. In fact, we added an addition to the back of the plant on for it that's going to be able to spray boats up to 40 foot in length, which is really going to help us with some of the new product that we have coming down the pipeline. It gives us the opportunity to really up our game with some bigger boats if we choose to do that. And speaking of the plant, I've been in probably 100 fiberglass boat plants if I've been in one. And Parker has the cleanest and most organized plant that I've ever been in. I'm just so impressed with what the team does there, the values that Linwood instilled in that team, and you can just see the passion and commitment just by the way that they take care of things in the plant. In fact, we'd love to have any of our dealers or retail customers visit us here, probably during post-COVID timeframe, but it would speak highly of the quality that's going into the boat, just the way that our team takes care of the plant. It's amazing.
That's great. So it sounds like you're sending out invites for plant tours. So
Absolutely. We'd love to have you.
you're a Parker customer or thinking about a Parker, reach out to Scott and come by and visit them. So
Yeah,
what
we'd love
about
to have you.
what about processes? I know Craft's a big company and brings a lot of process to the table, two in particular that we thought would be helpful to Parker, and I think have helped Parker, Lean Six Sigma, and also strategic planning. What's your take on that and how that's helping Parker?
Yeah, I'll probably speak mostly about the strategic planning part of it. I had an opportunity to be a part of a couple of strategic plans, came in at the tail end of one at Nautique, and then we began one, I think 2 or 3 years ago, I'm forgetting now. And that is a process that is just a huge help in terms of looking at the business in a much more strategic manner, planning on growth and improvement and what needs to be done to make those things happen. And I came in really right at the end of the strategic planning process that Parker went through for the first time as I joined the company. And I got to tell you, the team did just an incredible job. We tweaked a few things, but they're excited about it. We've been meeting about it on a regular basis. And we are planning for significant growth in the next 4 years with Parker. And the strategic plan is going to play a big role in helping us understand the strategy and all the different things that we need to do to get to that point.
That's great. And my sense was, based on some of the meetings I was out there, Scott, that the team was really energized about planning for the future and new product and services and things we could do. So that's exciting to see them energized like that.
Yeah, absolutely. And
So
in terms,
go ahead.
go ahead.
Now, speaking of the team, people, we've invested in some new people, hired some really strong people in production, product development, sales, HR. So tell me, what's your first impression of the team? What do you think as we move forward with the team at Parker?
Well, if you are in this building, you'll meet many people that have been here for 15, 20, some 30 plus years. And they're very passionate and committed to the company and to the brand. We've got a great team, and we're going to have an opportunity to elevate some of the team members here, and we're going to start doing that as early as January. You're going to hear some things from us in that regard. We also have some open positions that we will fill, hopefully as many of those positions as we can internally, but may look externally for that as well. But we've got a great foundational team here. And as we grow, we're going to have some opportunity for all the team members at Parker.
That's exciting, I know, for them. And, when I've been up there, it's hard not to be caught up in the energy, of the team and such a talented group of people. Scott, as you know, having been at Nautique for a few years, philanthropy and community service is a really big part of Craft and what we do. How do you see that playing out at Parker?
Well, we've talked about some projects. In fact, we're in the middle of one that I'll touch on in a minute. One of the first things that Sheila, our HR director, and I talked about initially was that we really need to get plugged into the Beaufort community. So we've joined the Beaufort Rotary and the Beaufort Chamber of Commerce. And then Sheila and Shane, a young man who runs supply chain for the company in Randall, who's a manager in our lamination department, are working together on looking for projects where we can serve the local community here in Beaufort, Morehead City area. And one of the first things that we put together, we announced on Friday of last week, and we put a big box out in the underneath the stairwell in the plant. And it's a food drive for a organization called Martha's Mission Cupboard. And Martha is run by volunteers, and they provide no-cost meals to residents of our county that are in need here in Carteret County in North Carolina. We've already more than filled a box, and people keep telling me, yeah, I forgot my stuff, but I'm going to bring it in tomorrow. So I think we're going to have a nice Christmas delivery to them. And it's just really an honor to serve with people that are really committed to that. And as you know, when I was at Nautique, I had an opportunity to do 3 international mission trips, one to Haiti, one to Jamaica. and one in Puerto Rico that I went on last year. And they're just amazing experiences. And we were going to do a big trip this year in Arkansas to help a community that's close to one of our sister companies, CR, that unfortunately got canceled due to COVID. But two of our team members, Shane and Randall, were planning to go. So my goal is to get more than 2 team members the next time we can go on one of these trips, because it'll be an experience that those folks will remember for the rest of their lives.
That's great. It's so exciting to see, the Parker team embracing that culture of philanthropy and service. So Scott, I remember the first time I met you, I was in Little Rock, Arkansas. I was there on business, and you lived in Springfield at the time. And the thing I always remember is you rode your motorcycle down, and you were really into motorcycles. And you still do that?
I don't do it anymore. I traded it in for a bicycle, which is I guess a little healthier pursuit, unless you fall off it like I did my mountain bike last year, or I should say earlier this year. But my collarbone is back in one piece again, so I'm good to go. But I've had some fun riding up and down the Atlantic Beach, Emerald Isle, Highway 58, which is right on the coast, just an amazing road. And I get a chance to do that on Saturday afternoons and Sunday mornings. The rest of the time has had me pretty consumed with Parker. So,
Yeah.
but I'm looking forward to exploring more of this area on 2 wheels as well as by boat.
Oh, that's great. So Scott, as we wrap up, just share something with us that you're excited about, that we can expect. I mean, what's the future hold?
I think there's a couple of things. One, I am just so excited for our team. Our team is poised to grow. We have such a good fundamental foundation to build from, and we've got some new product on the drawing board that we're going to launch over the course of the next 3 years. A very aggressive plan for new product. So if you're a Parker customer, I hope you give us a look, because we're going to have some pretty cool things to show you. And for the Parker dealers out there that might be watching this, we're excited to stock your shelves in the future with some exciting new product that, again, contains the foundation that Parker was built on, but with some amenities that will improve the product
That's
as well.
great. Well, Scott, you're off to a great start, and I know you're just going to be a great leader for Parker. So we're thankful for all you're doing. I know as the dealers and customers get to know you, they're gonna love you too. And so thanks for all you're doing, and good luck. And please wish everybody there Merry Christmas and Happy New Year's for me.
Same to you and yours, Bill. I really appreciate having a few minutes to visit with you today.
All right, thank you. Take care.